Again, just offer to you the concept that when you think of the word relationship, consider thinking about it as life. Because my little aha or insight was that the moment I came into this world, and right up to the moment that I leave this world, I am in relationship with everything. I walk into this stand, I walk into that chair, I have just had a relationship. We've just had an interaction. So the minute that I'm coming into this world, let's look at the cycle of life for a moment, okay? So you are conceived, and for the first 9 months of your life, you're in relationship with inside with your mommy, with mom. And for 9 months, you're looked after in that relationship. Of course, after 9 months, you get kicked out, and you know what they say, no more womb service. Thank God you ate everything. You have nothing to throw at me because you ate it all, okay? Otherwise, I could see all this, right? But no more womb service. Like, kid, that's enough. I've had enough of you. Bye-bye. Get out, okay? But luckily, when you are expelled or delivered, you're delivered into the arms of a wonderful, waiting, happy family. And then your relationships become one with dad and with brother and sister and auntie and uncle and the neighbors. And as you grow, the dynamics of your relationship grow. You get sent off to school, you meet other kids, and you have playmates. And as you go through that process and you grow older, you have your gang of friends. And as you go into university, you get educated. You learn how to start functioning in society. You get out there and perhaps even start working. Usually when you leave home at about 40 or so nowadays, right? That's right. So you get out there and then you build different kinds of relationships. You get a more intimate relationships happening. You have colleagues, you have bosses. From your school driver to the bus, from the school teacher to your bus driver, all the time, constantly, consistently, we are experiencing relationships. At the core of all of that is you. It's you. It's who you are. It's how you are. So the question becomes, are your relationships fulfilling? If you were to do a quick scan or a look at your life, would you agree right now that your relationships, all of your relationships in your life are dynamic, rich, respectful, growing? Or maybe there's some areas in some of those relationships that you could perhaps make some changes. Okay? That's the question that you ask yourself. The important thing and the important point with all relationships is foundation. Now I'm going to use an illustration of perhaps a more intimate relationship, let's say like a marriage, but just remember, this is a principle. Can you imagine an architect? Let's say you hired an architect and they built this beautiful home, just a gorgeous home. And people walk by this place and they go, wow, look at that. Isn't it a perfect home? What a vision. Seems like they've thought about everything here. Everything is in its place. And when I walk by, I think, my God, I wish I had that, right? Or it appears to be so solid. It appears to be so wonderful. And then one day the winds pick up a little bit. And before you know it, this beautiful home has been blown over. And you're wondering what the heck happened. It looked so perfect, didn't it? See, the one thing the architect kind of forgot, perhaps he was sleeping in on that day when he was in training, or she was in training, was to put a foundation in. Oops. Oops. Oh, you mean when you build these beautiful things, they need a foundation? Really? But it looks so perfect, and it was so beautiful. So are 50% of the relationships out there that fail within 2 years. In North America anyways. I don't know globally what's happening, but, right? And they do not fail for a lack of trying or for perhaps a lack of love even. I think a lot of times the love is genuine. But without a solid foundation, without understanding, without the A word, awareness. Without awareness, despite ourselves, and despite our best efforts or intentions, relationships fail. Relationships that have great potential, relationships that could do a lot of good in the world, they fail. And statistically, if we do not learn from the ones that fail, the same game continues. Different stage, different show, same story. So I want to stress here that foundation, foundation, foundation. Can we have a foundation that fortifies and gives us a strong base and understanding? Because I always say, it's never too late to renovate. Isn't that fun? I feel like a rapper, you know? Never too late to renovate and reframe. Okay? The result of taking a renovation approach is that you can begin to have more of whatever it is that you're looking for. If it's a business relationship, then perhaps you want more success. You can have that. You want a happier family life? Absolutely. You want an overall, let's just say an overall improved quality of life. What would that feel like right now? Where is the pain in your life, and how could you shift that? By shifting your awareness and by learning how to relate perhaps with a different set of thoughts or just perhaps a different approach. It's all about knowing better or knowing differently and then acting on what you know.